Guys, welcome back to Long Glad Plays. Hope we're having an amazing day, and today we're back with another video. In this video we're going to be continuing on with our boost card series on Battlefront 2. If you don't know what the series is about, we basically go through every single character on Battlefront 2 and I give you guys some recommendations and ideas for which boost cards to use. And the other day I put up a poll on my Instagram between Vader and Rey. Vader came out on top, which was expected, and I really do appreciate everyone who did vote on that poll. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So, Vader's first boost card here is Ferocious Resilience. Basically, Darth Vader receives less damage while Focus Rage is active. Focus Rage is an ability that Vader has when you click LB or B, and it gives him increased health. When you have this card equipped, it obviously gives him, he receives less damage. For me, this card is awesome for an aggressive Vader player. And it's great for me personally because I do die a lot when I play heroes versus villains and supremacy and stuff like that when I'm using heroes and villains. But I really would recommend if you're an aggressive Vader player or if you're looking for kills to get the boost cards for Vader. Number 2 is bonus health. Basically, Darth Vader has an increased maximum health. For me, I use this card in every single game mode because it is really nice to have extra health when you're fighting stronger opponents or more opponents at one time. So say if you're playing co-op, the bots usually spawn in 20 plus at once. Supremacy, it's more spaced out, but you still do take a lot of blaster fire. And in heroes with villains these days, everyone's just good at dueling because they've got everyone max and stuff like that. So I really would recommend this one because you get to stand longer when you're dueling stronger opponents, and it just is really nice to have extra health. And it doesn't really matter if you have a level 1, 2, 3 or 4. It is just nice because, like, if you have a level 1 and you don't have this card equipped, you could either die or you could stay alive in 50 health. So there really is benefits to using the card. Number 3 is There Is No Escape. Basically, his lightsaber throw travels further. When you click LB with Vader, he has the ability to throw his lightsaber. This card basically does, as you can see on screen, it just throws it further. When you're tracking down enemies in heroes vs villains and maybe co-op and stuff like that, it is nice to be able to throw the lightsaber further because even in showdown, say you've got your opponent on a low amount of health or low health bar, and then they try to run away and they're quite far away. It is nice if you have it fully upgraded to you can get the final blow with the lightsaber throw. And yeah, I would really recommend it if you like using lightsaber throw. Number 4 is Punishing Grip. Darth Vader can choke for a longer time. The RB ability for Vader is a forced choke. For me, this is one of my favourite abilities in the entire game for each character, because especially this boost card and the last gasp together makes Vader very powerful, and I'll get into why in a minute. But Punishing Grip, it is really nice to use in heroes vs villains when you're playing with a friend or people on your team have shooters, because when you do choke them up, obviously you do damage by just choking them, and then say your friend, me and Darth Cian always plays, he usually uses Phasma, and if I have them choked up, he can shoot them from behind. It's like the Maul one that I said in my last one, and he also has to choke and then he throws them, but while they're up in the air, your teammates can shoot them down as well. So I would recommend that one in heroes vs villains. Number 5 is Surrounded by Fear. When killing an enemy, Darth Vader gains stamina back. For me, this one and the bonus health, I use these ones in every single game mode because, again, I'm an aggressive player myself and I'm using Vader because he's just so powerful and strong. But I do drain his stamina very fast, so it is nice to be able to kill an enemy and then knowing I've got stamina coming in straight away. This card's really effective in heroes vs villains when you're doing a 2v1 situation, or even in a heroes vs showdown. It is nice because say you're fighting Luke and Obi-Wan. If you kill the Luke, most of the time you've got a low health bar, you've got barely any stamina left, and you've got barely any you have to wait for your abilities to recharge. When you've got this card equipped, obviously you get a bit of stamina, but it doesn't just give you stamina, it gives you a bit of time to recover and get all your extra stamina back and all your health back, and it gives you it kind of gives you an advantage in the rest of the duel because it is nice to be able to get all your abilities back, get most of your health back, and then your stamina back. And then Vader also has the focus rage and give you even more health, and it would actually make you the favourite in the rest of the duel. So I really would recommend using that one, especially in heroes vs villains and hero showdown. Next one is Deflection Stamina, basically deflecting blaster projectiles would drain less stamina. For me, I don't really use this one in heroes vs villains a lot because most of the people these days don't use the shooters, which is unfortunate because they are really, really good. I usually mostly use this one in co-op and supremacy because you obviously take a lot of blaster fire, especially in co-op when you get stuck in a room and there's like 15 bots. It is you do die quick, but having this card equipped, it is nice to know you're able to block for a longer period of time, and you can basically get more kills by going closer to your enemies and then chopping them down. Next one is Intensified Lightsaber Throw. Lightsaber throw deals bonus damage to enemies hit by it a second time in one throw. This for me, I really recommend this one when you're playing Heroes vs Villains or Hero Showdown, because most of the time, say it's a 1v1 scenario and your opponent is on a low percentage of health, he doesn't even need to be on low health. It is when you throw his lightsaber, most of the time people block the first hit, but it does go behind them, and there's two options. They can either take the second hit, and if you've got this card equipped, you obviously get bonus damage, or they can move out the way and try block it. When they're doing that motion, you can then come in from behind and then try take even more damage off your opponent. So I really would recommend using this one. It is really nice to have a little strategy when you're dealing some high and powerful opponents. Next one is the Last Gasp. As I said previously, the Last Gasp and Punishing Grip together makes Vader very powerful. In my opinion, this is one of Vader's best cards because, as you can see, Darth Vader deals more damage when choking 2 or more enemies. When you have this fully upgraded, it doesn't matter how many enemies you're choking, you will kill all of them. Not Heroes vs Villains though, but in co-op and Supremacy, as their health bar will just disintegrate in seconds. Again, having Last Gasp and Punishing Grip together in Heroes vs Villains is great because as you're choking them, you get to choke them for a longer time, you're doing even more damage, and then your friends could be shooting them or even chopping them down. It doesn't have to be a shooter. Even if your friend's playing with Kylo Ren and you have them choked up, he can keep hitting them while they're being choked up. So in Heroes vs Villains, I really would recommend Last Gasp and Punishing Grip. Last one on his cards is Fueling the Rage. Focus Rage has an active duration of extended by 6 seconds, but its bonus damage is reduced. Basically, as I said before, he gets extra health when you use Focus Rage. This basically just lets him have the health for an extra 6 seconds, but the bonus damage that he gets from Focus Rage is just decreased. Personally, I don't really use this one a lot because there is better cards for Vader to use, and but if you like using Focus Rage, I would really recommend, and it's probably better in the likes of Supremacy and co-op. So guys, that's going to be all for the information on what each card does. For me, I'm going to tell you now which game modes I use for each cards. Every single game mode, bonus health, and as I said previously, Surrounded by Fear in every single one because it is nice having extra health and extra stamina. Heroes vs Villains, Punishing Grip, because obviously as I said before, choking them for a longer time, and then it gives your teammates an opportunity to kill your opponents. And then Last Gasp is usually in team mode games like co-op and Supremacy because, as I said before, if you've got fully upgraded, you kill them instantly. And I do really enjoy. Oh, and then obviously co-op as well. I really would use or recommend Deflection Stamina. I don't use it enough because I usually like using Last Gasp and the other two. But if you're not a fan of the Force Choke and you want to have extra stamina, having Deflection Stamina in co-op and Supremacy and Surrounded by Fear, you'll be unstoppable and you'll just have basically full stamina for the whole game. So guys, that's gonna be all for this vid. I hope you could take some basically tips and info from when you're playing with Vader during Battlefront 2 games. Hope you did enjoy. Later on tonight, I'm going to be putting up another poll on my Instagram. I'm going to pick 2 more characters for the next video. Make sure you go check it out. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment anything else you want to see on my channel, any other series and stuff like that. And yeah guys, hope you had an amazing day. Make sure you stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next video. Peace. Guys, just before I go, make sure you go check out Darth Cian's link will be in the description as always. He recently put out another vid today about Exarchon, his backstory. Definitely go check it out, it was really good. And yeah guys, hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you next video. Peace.